Everyone, I wanted to cover some information about uh, different things we can do with shapes. So this merge shapes um, drop down is what I want to focus on today. If you create any shape, hold the shift key to make it true. That will keep everything exactly horizontal and vertical the way it should be. My point is if you create a circle without holding the shift key, you get one of these. If you hold the shift key, it will be a perfect circle. So I will use these two shapes and I'm going to color one something different. Um, so this shape format option will only be available for use when you have two shapes, uh, two or more shapes. So I only have one selected, and as you can see, it's grayed out. If I hold the shift key, which allows you to grab more than one shape at a time, you can see that it comes to life. So there are lots of reasons to use this merge shapes option. I've done a lot of really cool design work using this, um, taking PowerPoint really beyond what people think of when they think of PowerPoint. I won't get into tons of examples, but I do want to show you this tool so that you can play with it and see how it can improve your slide work as well. So just to show you some basics, I will you always grab the shape that you want to manipulate first. So I'm going to grab that. And then, well, first of all, I guess I'm going to put this somewhere to subtract some part of it out and to show you the difference, the different things that this tool can do. So I'm going to place that there. I'm going to first grab the shape that I want to manipulate. And secondly, I want to grab the shape I want to either subtract or do something else with. So if you, and you often in PowerPoint, as you grab different things on the slide, your toolbars are going to jump around a little. Just make sure that you are back on this shape format tool, um, toolbar section. There's a lot going on up there. And so over here, like I said, you can see that this comes to life. So go ahead and click on it and you will see these different options: union, combine, fragment, intersect, subtract. I'm just going to go over each one. Union obviously does what it says. It makes them one shape. It brings them together. Combine does something a little funky, like you can see. I've never had to use combine for anything. Um, I haven't really seen other people use it, but maybe I'm sure there are reasons. It is kind of cool. And then fragment, I will just quickly show you what fragment does. Fragment, anywhere that they cross, it separates them and makes them into different shapes. Just to be clear, you cannot always and easily type in these. Like this one, for example, you would really have to manipulate. I guess it's good news and bad news, right? Like you want this text to just show up top here in the thick part, but it doesn't. This one was okay because that's almost a square shape. Something like this, I know it seems silly to think you might want to type right here, but you know, I do get different questions from different people, and they wonder why PowerPoint doesn't just like curve the text in here for you or type in the meaty part of the leftover shape, and it just doesn't. It all will always start typing right in the middle. So that's what it's done for each of these. I'm going to use Control Z and undo all this typing and moving around so we can keep going down the merge shapes toolbar options. See, it's clicked me out of this because I did some stuff. I'm going to go right back to shape format. I'm going to go down here. I just talked about what fragment does. And then intersect only leaves the shape or the section where the two objects overlap. So that makes sense, right? It's going to turn it the color of your original shape. So it turns it that cranberry color. And then subtract is the one I use the most. Just pulled out, there's no more shape here. It just has completely subtracted it out. So this is kind of fun if you want to do, something like this. And I know I'm moving quickly, but these are just your flip icon options over here. And um, if you hold the shift key, you can move everything perfectly aligned. So let me go back and show you what I mean. So I have this, and say you want to do what I just did. If you, first of all, you have to hold the control key, because you will see on your cursor, you see how that changes your cursor a little. That is the copy command. So it's the beginning of the copy command. So if I hold control and I drag a shape, it might not be perfectly aligned, right? But if I hold the shift key, if I hold the control key and the shift key, it's going to stay, like, I can't even bring it somewhere else, right? It's either going to be perfectly snapped into alignment this way or this way. I cannot pull it diagonally. So the shift key is really powerful for that. Um, and then I just flip that. And now I'm going to hold the shift key, because remember, that's how you can grab more than one thing at a time. Um, I'm going to hold the shift key, grab both of those. Now I'm going to hit the control key as well and drag those down. And again, it's going to want to keep them right in line either way. I cannot pull them diagonally. And then keeping those both grabbed, I'm going to use the flip. And you might actually want to leave it like that and get rid of the lines. You might want to pull them tight and do something fun on the inside of there. But here's a great example format. I am going to edit the shape, turn it back into a square. I'm sorry if that's moving fast. That's a lesson for another day. But say I kind of like how this looks, but I actually want it to be a more pronounced. You could go in here and you could do white circles and you could mess around with it, or you could go back to your original thought and just get rid of that. And you are not messing with aligning circles perfectly or anything like that. This is so much easier to do. And look how cool that looks, right? What if we did something like that? That's even more cool. So you can do lots of fun stuff with PowerPoint using that this merge shapes tool. Lots of different. Imagine if you did this with a very like a custom shape or a squiggly shape or something like that. You get all these unique things that you can do in PowerPoint just using the merge shapes. The other thing that's really cool is I'm going to bring in a picture. Let's see, I know this video is getting long. I just want to show you one more thing. If I bring in a picture, and I may cover this more deeply in another message if you are done listening to me, but say I bring in like this picture. What's really good about doing things this way versus overlapping, say, white circles is this allows you to see your shape from behind. Um, and a lot of times you can't, actually, you can never do that if you had circles, right? If I wanted, say I wanted my circles to be bigger, and I forgot that I was putting a shape under there, I might try to do something like this and say, okay, I got the same effect, right? Um, Not as this one over here, but it's not perfectly centered, but there you go, right? There are my four circles that I'm placing over this one because on second thought, I wanted a bigger space. Well, that's great, except you forgot that you needed to put a picture behind there. So, and you can't see anything. Now, can you take these four and try subtracting. No, you can't do that. You could do it one by one. There's a lot you can do to go back, or you can just say, I did it right the first time. So that's what I wanted to show you about. There's lots more you can do. There's lots more you can do. I will cover it in a different video because this one is already over 10 minutes. So if you have any questions, just post them. I would love to help out however I can. Thank you. Bye bye.